April 5th, 2023, Wednesday. Good morning, and this is Johanna Lembu. You are watching Breaking News Daily News. I'm Great. Today, there was an earthquake that occurred in the Maluku region. Perhaps just received information that there has been an earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 in Maluku province or in the southwest Maluku region. From the information we got from the Climatology and Geophysics Methodology Agency, the earthquake was centered 148 kilometers northwest of West Southwest Maluku. The location was 7.25 south latitude, 130.18 east longitude with a depth of 131 kilometers. This earthquake occurred at 13 to 1 a.m. West Indonesian time. And this earthquake occurred at 13 to 1 a.m. West Indonesian time. The earthquake that caused this city made the BMKG issue a potential tsunami warning. This warning was followed by an appeal to people in coastal areas to immediately evacuate to a safe place. And not only this 7.9 earthquake, at the same time there was also an earthquake with a magnitude of 0.5. This is an aftershock that occurred after the magnitude 7.97 earthquake, which made the BMKG issue a potential for a tsunami. A number of areas also on tsunami alert status, namely Central Maluku, the Maluku Islands, West Southwest Maluku, and Ambon City. While the areas with alert status are Southwest Maluku, West Seram, East Seram, hunting areas, Wakatobi Kendari, Walumatongo Island, Kendari Island, South Konawe, and Kendari City. And now, I try to contact our colleges who are at the location. Ruth Desrin Waru colleges are already in the Aru Island. Hi, Ruth Desrin, can you tell me what the conditions are like there now?
Good morning, Johanna and the audience.
Alright, maybe you can also tell how people feel when an earthquake occurs.
I report that the current conditions after the earthquake in the Aru Islands were safe and under control, and during the earthquake the residents only panicked, and currently officers or the local regional management agency are monitoring residents' settlements to be able to find out the impact of the earthquake, such as damage caused by the earthquake.
Alright, maybe you can also tell how people feel when an earthquake occurs.
Yes, okay, I'll continue to tell you that after the earthquake, measuring 7.25 on the Richter scale, one of the billiard playing areas owned by the residents, the players panicked and ran out of the playing area and looked for a place to take shelter. After we searched the settlements, the residents were still sleeping at the time of the earthquake and looked for a safe place.
Alright, based on your information, then what about the condition of the houses around your location, Ruth Desrin?
Currently, the condition of the building around me have not suffered any damage, and we are also coordinating with the relevant agencies. Until now, there has been no official news regarding the buildings that I suffered from damage after the earthquake.
Alright, Ruth Desrin, the BMKG has issued a tsunami potential. So what is the impact on the surrounding community? Do you know this already?
In general, people already know WhatsApp group, even other social media, and currently residents are temporarily sitting around the settlement while being careful if there are aftershocks and also a tsunami.
Okay, then maybe you can explain your positioning, Ruth Desrin, how far you are from the beach.
So, now I'm about 100 meters from the beach.
And is there no estimate related to the tsunami warnings that have been issued by the BMKG?
For now, The residents are only monitoring sea condition while waiting notification from the local BMKG.
Then, are any officers around you who may be making appeals or patrolling to maintain security there? Because we know that residents are in the state of panic after the earthquake occurred.
Yes, I can report that at the moment there is no patrol from the irrelevant service or agency. Residents are just being more careful not to catch after such and tsunami.
Alright, maybe you can also explain how the current appreciation of the residents is. Has anyone started moving towards a higher place, or maybe it's still just waiting at your current location?
Yes, but for the current location, residents are still around the house or in settlements. Each of them has no movement or looking for a high place as a place of protection.
Alright, Desrin, maybe you can say the earthquake occurred in West Southeast Maluku. Maybe you can explain when the earthquake occurred, what were the conditions.
For now, the condition of the residents is only panic with the earthquake. However, some residents are returning to rest while waiting for news from the relevant agencies.
Then have there been any appeals, for example those issued by the local community leaders in HRT, Kelurahan, related to the earthquake that occurred, Desri?
At this time, the community leaders or even from the service have not given any papers and other things to residents.
Alright, then how the weather condition at your location, especially the current sea condition?
Currently, the weather is high tide with high waves, and the weather here is bad with such strong winds.
Okay, then how many residents are in your location? Are you very close to the usual converge points with residents gathering?
Yes, right now I'm exactly in a location near the beach and the condition very busy while monitoring social media regarding the latest information from the earthquake has occurred.
Alright, thank you. Later we will back to you if there is latest information after the earthquake that has occurred there so far. As Ruth Desrin has said, in the Aru Islands, they did feel the shaking caused by the earthquake, but the residents were observed to be quite calm, and so far in the Aru area, there have been no patrols from local officials asking local residents to evacuate following a tsunami early warning that had been issued by the BMKG. There are indeed several categories of areas that have the potentially for a tsunami at this time, namely areas that are on alert status that stayed by the BMKG, such as Central Maluku, the Maluku Islands, West Southeast Maluku, and Ambon City, while for areas that are on alert status, namely Southeast Maluku, West Seram, Eastern Seram, Hantik Area, Wakatobi Kendari, Watumalungu Island, Kendari Archipelago, southern part of Kanawe, and Kendari City. A number of residents were advised to remain vigilant, while for areas with an alert status, the BMKG had advised them to immediately evacuate to a safer place or even away from the skyline. Well, that's Breaking News Daily News Upgrade this morning. I'm Johanna Lembo and I'll see you soon.